Boom. Hey, internet's quick sip. It's early out here in California. Oh, my hair is crazy. So, how do I hype my brand to people? Steptic asked me this question on a comment from one of my other videos. I talked about this like in different iterations as parts of different questions. So in terms of marketing, it's a completely different game. So like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, a lot of brands would put a budget into like one big event. And some people still think that way. I had a consulting session with a brand maybe a week ago where they're saying, hey, we have a budget of like, I think it was 5K. We want to throw this huge, party. And my suggestion to them was, why don't you take the 5K and put that budget into more of a long-term marketing, okay? And this is the same answer, step tick, this is the same answer that I'm gonna say, how do you hype your brand? So when I think hype, I'm thinking launch, sort of. So in the beginning, you wanna do something big. Now, a launch party, a fashion show, not the direction I would necessarily go in at all. You got to be way more creative in 2018 with the tools that we have. So I'm mainly talking about media. So Facebook, Instagram, okay, you want to do an event that's going to be a media piece that can be remarkable. So you want it to have some viral aspect to it. Now, we can't predict what goes viral. We can study the aspects of things that go viral, but that's what you want. You want something that has the chance to go viral. I also talk about this when there's pro-social campaigns, just because that element, if it's really true and deep from the heart, it's actually really good. So Toms, you buy a shoe, they donate a shoe to a child who needs shoes, or needy people who are in need of footwear for actual function and foot protection, in third world countries. Great story. You get good fashion. The rest is history. Multi-million-dollar company, out of nowhere, out the gates, first year, doing millions, doing really good. Okay. Now that won't work for everyone, but just want to give a case study of how that message gave it hype, but that's a long-term ingrained thing. Now, I'll talk to a lot of brands and they'll say, oh, we're doing something like that also. We donate X amount, and sometimes it's too difficult, like you choose a charity and this, or we choose a charity every year, and that's good. I'm saying that's a good thing, but with the Tom's example, think of how easy it is that message just flies so quickly. It's something that you can tell a friend in a very quick conversation, and you can communicate that very well in marketing. Now, let me back up. So if you're just doing a dope brand, you're just bringing out styles and fashion that you think the world needs right now, you want to weave a message or a media piece, again, that can get viral. And I mean, there's antics that's involved there. There's a lot of things that you can do. Maybe you just do really good cinematography. Maybe you hook up with a media crew and try to do something. Maybe you do a 5-part series and something. But I would take, like, for example, that brand, take that budget of 5K and do a marketing calendar and have big events like every month. So let's say in the year, you take that $5,000 and then you spread it out in a production budget for something new happening every single month. Okay, and then maybe you try to coincide it with things. So this is what we do when we're breaking down a marketing calendar. We're trying to see events that happen, and like music festivals, like Coachella. Like maybe you do something right before it or during it, and that's a little cliche. Like you're a little bit behind if you don't know if you're in that demographic. Let me say, if you're in that demographic and that is a festival or event that's big to your people that would purchase your brand in your demo, then you should know about it. It should be on your calendar. You should put together at least a collection and say, hey, here's your festival collection or capsule. Perfect for every festival you're going to attend, and whatever time frame that is, for example. But thinking beyond that and something there's a million ideas, but things, something like maybe one accessory or one thing or a story of someone going to that festival and you latch onto that story, but it's something really remarkable, something completely something that people wouldn't see coming, you know, not just like, oh, we just want to shoot models and something cool, and you know, you shoot in a place that looks rural for festival's sake. I mean, you should be doing that already, but hopefully you get you understand what I'm saying. In terms of hyping a brand, it's not doing a one and done. You don't do a launch party or a fashion show, because, and if you didn't do any media on it, it's gonna exist for that night, and that $5 is gonna be gone forever. Okay, so you want the money to last. You want to have multiple pieces of it. You want one event where you can do 10 Instagrams from it, so you could do a throwback later if it was really successful. You want 10 different bits of video and put that on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram for your 60-second videos. So you want to think of Facebook and Instagram at this point of time because they're the two biggest outlets. And then you want to think of weaving the story around then, and then making a long-term plan where you have little bombs of exciting things happening throughout a period of time. Now, when I think of hype, again, I'm thinking of launching. So think of doing 3 or 4 things before you launch the brand. You know, start getting your followers up on those 2 platforms, and just getting a hype together. You know, hopefully the finale can be, maybe you have influencers involved in rocking the first drop, you know, the first launch. Maybe it's wrapped around a story where people of influence can get behind the story and support it. So you want it to build towards something. You want to craft a story. You want to get people involved in the story, and that's how you get hype together for a brand. Hope that helps. Long one. If you stuck with me this far, hit the like button. Share it with whoever you think it might give value to. If you guys had any other questions, please drop it all down below. Follow me on social media when you get a chance. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.